Ladies and gentlemen, it's finally out, the Vive Pro 2. And here's my modified version, with 4 fans to keep it nice and cool and chill. So for Cass, from Cass and Sherry, this is how you do it. This is how you keep this the most cool headset, most comfortable headset possible. In this video, I'm going to do an unboxing. I'm going to do how I set up, how I modified, and a review. So let's get into it. Okay, today's the day. Finally got the Vive Pro 2. I'm super excited because today I'm going to modify the Vive Pro 2 to somewhat like how I have my Vive Pro 1. As you can see, it has 4 fans, 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom, and a switch to change the power settings of the bottom 2 fans. But for the Vive Pro 2, I'm just going to put the fans on probably the top. We'll stick with the top for right now. I also, something a lot of people don't know about the Vive Pro is that turning it around actually keeps the signal from losing, because the thing is, this back wire up top, it flexes sometimes. When the head moves a lot, this wire flexes. When you turn the signal thing completely around, it does not flex. That's a pro tip right there. And that will be all I'm going to do to it. But first, it's time for the unboxing. Nice box. Wait a sec. This is the same headset. Just kidding. They look alike, but I love the fact that they made them similar. That way the mods will easily work from what I set up to that to this. So here are the items that I'm going to use to do the mod. First, you have the wireless adapter. You have a new face cover because the other one, it doesn't feel too good. You have a thing of, what is this? Rubber cement. I picked that up at Target. Some Velcro, get that at Lowe's. This little adapter. This is a USB-C to female, female USB adapter. And then a very small, I believe, I can't remember, I'm gonna figure out, I think it's 25 millimeter USB fan. Found that on eBay. And here are these little fans. What we end up doing is we Velcro part of the fan, first piece of Velcro, the rough Velcro, to this back, and I use some silicone gel, some rubber cement, to keep that Velcro on the back of this really well. And then later on the headset, you're going to see, for this the Vive Pro 1, for headset, I just use a normal stick of soft Velcro to put on there. But yeah. Oh, one last thing. The headset strap. So these are for earphones, and they're a earphone cover. And I'll take it out for you. Yeah, they kind of fold in, and there's a little zipper at this end that you zip to. And what that does is, look at the strap of my modified Vive Pro 1. That's it. That's the headphone strap. That keeps any heat from this to reaching your head. Because I have this backwards and keeps it from reaching your head. See how thin this strap is? I'm going to put this strap on that. So that is the mod kit to really give it a good experience starting off. Before we even get into installing the headset or whatnot, doing the wireless mode of the headset, we first have to connect it with wires. That way it can get all its firmware updates and everything. So I'm going to play a little video of what I had to do to get this software downloaded and stuff and get to this point. Because now we're going to connect our link box to our PC. The Vive Pro 2 setup is easy, just like the Vive Pro 1. If you've never hooked up base stations or anything, it's not that hard. Trust me, the instructions that HTC gives you is so easy. So easy. The thing that I always keep in mind though, every part that you get when you're going wireless, make sure you keep that breakout box. Do not get rid of it. It has a Bluetooth signal in there that you may need should you get a new base station, should a base station break and you need a new one. Also keep in mind, don't buy the Vive Pro 2 kit. Just buy 2 base stations, either 2.0 or 1.0, and then buy some Valve Index controllers. And then you have the best VR system that you can possibly get in. That you could possibly get. The thing that I struggled personally, you know, I love my triple monitor setup. So to initially set up the firmware and things for the Vive Pro 2, I did have to use a display port. But yet still, the Vive Pro 2 is the only PC VR headset that allows me to keep all 3 of my display ports and use a wireless WiGig card. We'll get into that later. But now let's get into the review. So this bad boy, I love it. As you can see, I've absolutely loved the Vive Pro 2. But let me get into its positives, then I'll get into its negatives. Its first positive is modularity. You can add fans, you can add facial, facial recognition. You can add foveated rendering or eye tracking, should you need a mod for that. And it is still the only headset that does wireless. No one can even talk about that because the Quest 2, although it does wireless, it has a lot of artifacts. I've been playing with this for a while. 0 artifacts and no latency that I can tell. None. They say it's under 2 milliseconds and I believe it. I don't get any artifacts or anything like that. The next thing, well, it's the only wireless PC VR headset. And you may like, well, let me think about if I want to get this or the Valve Index. Well, guess what? The 802.11ay WiGig card is probably going to come out. They're probably going to have a wireless adapter 2.0 that allows you to get the full resolution and the full hertz of this headset. All 120 hertz, all 2.5 by 2.5 per eye pixels. And yeah, that's going to be amazing. This is a future-proofing headset. Before I did the wireless, I did try out I did try it out wired, and it was pretty nice. But as soon as I got it, I was like, man, I do not like wires. I cannot stand wires. Wireless is all the way to go. And I would only recommend this headset, period, for wireless due to the tracking. I have 4 Quest. I know it's tracking. It's okay. The Steam VR system and the fact that you can use it with racing wheels and or use it with motion seats perfectly, this is the way to go. Also, it has a minimal screen door effect. Many people are saying they don't notice a screen door effect at all. At all. Well, I can still see very slight screen door effect. I listened to the hype. I was like, there's absolutely no, there's a little one if you look at it. But what I gotta admit though, it is so minuscule. I like the lessened screen door effect better than the resolution. So in wireless mode right now, you only get 1248 by 1248 per eye. Now, they're about to do a update to their software that's going to allow us to get 1632 by 1632 per eye. And once they do that, it's going to be higher resolution than the Vive Pro, which is, I believe, 1600 by 1400. I believe 1600 by 1400 per eye. So this will have the visual resolution of a Valve Index, higher visual resolution than a Valve Index. Not the same hertz, but wireless, and that's what makes this so exciting, and such a lessened screen door effect you would not believe. The next thing that I love about it is its FOV, and I didn't know that I would like the FOV so much until I got in there and did my racing sim with a motion seat, and I'm telling you, I really felt I was actually able to see out the windows without turning my head. The apex, taking apex around corners, was so nice in this headset. And something people don't think about, because a lot of reviewers have mentioned that they expanded the horizontal field of view to 120, probably 117-ish, but they expanded it and they didn't really take the vertical up. They actually shrunk the vertical a little bit. Honestly, I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't really notice it that much. But when you're in a racing sim or something, mind you, you typically have a roof over your head in a car. You don't even see that vertical head field of view that much because you're driving around the track. So horizontal is really what plays in key. And I did some flight sims on it. I mean, I love the field of view. I love it. The colors. Okay. I'm familiar with a Quest, and I'm familiar with a PSVR, and I'm familiar with the Vive Pro. The Vive Pro 1 has the best colors. The Vive Pro 2 has the second best colors. I'm going to get into that more on what I like in the Vive Pro 3. But first, let's talk about the negatives. The first negative everybody's talking about it is its microphone. It doesn't have a good microphone. There's a mod that MRTV showed you can put some type of fibers up there that will stop the pop filter. That's good, I guess, but it doesn't have a good microphone. And the face foam pad. That first one they got is itchy. It collects sweat. And it's not for, come on, we can do better, HCC. Those are my 2 negatives. But yet this is still the best headset out there yet. So what do I want to see in the Vive Pro 3? HTC, if you're listening, pay attention. I want you to keep the resolution high like this. Keep the hertz high like this, but possibly go back to OLED. If you have to drop the hertz down to 90, I would hate to have a 90 screen after going to 120, but the deep blacks that you have, the deep blacks with a resolution and a screen door effect that is gone, would be amazing. Because the black level on this, though it's better than the Valve Index, though it's better than the Reverb G2 and a lot of headsets that are using LCD, I did not know how much I appreciated the Vive Pro 1's OLED displays. I love their OLED display because I love that darkness. I was playing the game Overload where I'm in a cave and it's dark. You go around shooting robots and stuff. Dark games like that, you want those pitch black levels. So please listen. Go back to OLED, boost up that resolution just like you did on this. Possibly get the hertz, and you got the right recipe. The next thing, when you come out with some new lenses, see if you can do it without Fresnel lenses. Fresnel lenses. See if you can do it without Fresnel lenses. I tried out the Gear VR mod because it was suggested try it out for the Vive Pro 1, and it almost made me sick because it was not meant for that headset. I couldn't focus well, so I put my original lenses back in, but it showed me how clear lenses could possibly be. Can you find a way to make lenses for the Vive Pro 3 clear like that? Like the Gear VR. Strong but clear. The next thing, please fix the mic. Honestly, all the reviewers are talking about it. It makes your product, it's embarrassing. If they keep talking about fix the mic, just fix the mic. That's something we can do. It shouldn't be too hard. The next thing for the Vive Pro 3, fix the foam padding. Another simple thing. Provide leather padding or some type of smooth material like leather. That is good. And also, I'm not too concerned because I love the earphones. I think that they're improvement over the Vive Pro 1. Option to do off-ear headphones like the Valve Index. People seem to really, really like that. And I could see how it could be less heat. I never had a heating issue, but I always do my fan. I did my fan mod before I ever even put the headset on. Trust me, do this fan mod, you will work out. You will play Beat Saber. You will play the squat game. You could play any game that's a workout game in VR with these fans, and it cools you off. I like these smaller fans, the I think it's 25 millimeter fans, because they kept me cool the most. They kept me cool. I had the 50 millimeter fans on the Vive Pro 1, and that was almost a little too cool. And if you notice something on this one though, I kind of angled my fans to go to the side of my cheeks, to not go straight at my nose, because I noticed I felt like I was getting some sniffles after a while. But go to the side of the cheeks, cool the bottom part of the face, and cool the top part of the head. And honestly, you have a hot day, you put on this headset, it actually cool you off. Now, is that not a good VR headset? And so that was the last thing. Option to do off-ear headphones as well as on-ear. Give us the option. Maybe, I don't know. I like the on-ear ones. It closes out the sound, but make it so there's option. I don't care what people say. You really don't have to change the shape or the mold of the Vive Pro headset. Maybe if you want to, you have to stretch it up a little bit to get more field of view vertically. That's fine, but this headset's really, really good. And I hope you're working on a 802.11ay wireless WiGig card so we can get the full resolution and refresh rate. That is going to be amazing. Your headset will be top notch. People will know it. They will absolutely know it. But thank you. You did good work. So the verdict for this headset, because it is still the best and the only wireless PC VR headset, is a 9 out of 10. Is a 9 out of 10. If we can get some OLED, get a better microphone, and still keep all the other modularity and things, it will get better. And the Vive Pro 2 software, it's not bad. It's really not bad. It was I didn't have any connection issues. I liked how when you started it, it went straight into Steam VR. Or matter of fact, when I started my wireless program and it connected to the headset, it goes straight into Steam VR. You're in there in a few seconds. I like that. And mind you, I have the setup where I can do Steam VR. I have 2 VR rooms. I have this room so I could do the motion seat, and I have the other room over there. And both my WiGig cards still transfer the Vive Pro 2. I can do it in either rooms. It still works. They didn't mess up that software. Please don't mess up that software, because it is nice to be able to have VR in multiple rooms with the same computer. Yeah, y'all did a good job. So 9 out of 10. Later, I will at some point show how I got VR set up for a seated experience in one room and a motion experience in that same room, and then how I have another room for standing. I will show how that's done. No other headset can do that besides the Quest 2, but still, the latency that it has, it cannot compete with the Vive Pro. Thank you, and God bless.